Good morning, it's Monday and I'm Nancy Joy. This Monday morning I'm really excited to share with you the work of Elizabeth Fortune. As you read in the quote, if you get my emails, the language of the soul is unique and special to each of us, and it is what we're here to learn. It's the breadcrumbs we left for ourselves when we went into forgetfulness and we separated from oneness. Some call that the fall of the angels, whatever. And we came here to go back into that oneness, bring the duality that we've been living in for eons of time back into an integrated oneness. And the way to get there is to follow the soul path. And the only way to follow the soul path is to listen to the language of your own individual soul. And each of us has a unique language. And each of us must learn our language. We must learn to trust our soul language. We must learn to stay open for expanded language that comes in and understanding. And we interpret the soul languages through things like synchronicity, images, feelings, coincidences. All of those things help us to interpret our soul language. So, Elizabeth Fortune has developed a course called 8 Points of Light. I hate to use the word course because it's experiential. It's 4 days designed to take you to almost all the possible places. Of course, the course expands as she expands, like all of us, where you hook up with your soul and to learn to trust it, to hear it clearly, to sing with it, to dance with it, and to joyfully follow its guidance, which is something that we all struggle with at times. Many of my clients say, well, how do I know? How do I know it's not my ego? How do I know it's not old programming, the old tapes running? Well, when you really are in touch with the language of the soul, there won't be a question. And 8 Points of Light offers an incredible opportunity for you to really bring yourself into your hearts and so much on track with your own personal, unique soul language. Then the other thing that Elizabeth was one of the original first facilitators of Drunvalo Melchizedek's Flower of Life back in it's either 89, 90, around there when he first began teaching Flower of Life, which he no longer does. But he still has his facilitators. You can go online and look under Flower of Life or FOL. The basics of this is sacred geometry, and it is the understanding that helps you learn to do a certain breath work called the Merkaba. Your Merkaba is basically the geometry of your light body, and it teaches you through your heart and through love how to activate this field and use it in your life, to go multidimensionally, to travel, to go within, to hear the language of the soul. And I first came upon this back in 1993 in the middle of my divorce, and it was a pretty horrible time. We were having floods in Iowa then. 93 were the last floods in Iowa, and it was over 4th of July weekend. I was standing out in front of our spiritual center in the pouring rain trying to get in, couldn't find the right key, and there was a girl who came up standing there, and she was holding these old videotapes, video cassettes, and she asked if I knew this certain person at the center, and I said I did, and she said, well, he's supposed to meet me here, and I said, well, it's the 4th of July, and she said, well, will you give these to him? And I said, well, what are they? And she said, these are 8 hour, I know it's more than that, I think it was 40 hours of videotape by Drunvalo Melchizedek on sacred geometry. And I remember I went, last thing in the world at the time Woo Woo Nancy was interested in. But I took them, and as I went down in the center, I sat there in stillness with my heart breaking, and I said, all right, this is not a coincidence. Someone has handed me in the pouring rain in the middle of a flood on a holiday 40 hours of this course. Okay, you don't have to knock me over the head with a 2x4. And I went home and put them in, started with the first one and said, okay, I'll give this an hour. Well, in 10 minutes, I was hooked. It was a foundation of truth from the heart that went beyond anything I had understood before. It connected all various pieces out there that were hanging in the air, and it brought them all together in the flower of life, which is really the energy, geometry, light, and sound through which all life unfolds. And so Elizabeth is coming to Iowa for equinox, for fall equinox, a very powerful time, to teach both the Flower of Life as a 3-day course and 8 Points of Light as a 4-day course. We had intended to have her on this video today, but it didn't work out. And so she's in New Mexico doing some more coursework, and hopefully we'll have her up on video before too long. But I would suggest you click on the links below in this video if you're interested. If you're a YouTube subscriber, just go to my website and click under Calendar of Events, and you can get all the information that you want. And it's a life-changing opportunity, and here at Heartlights, here at El Shaddai, I am thrilled to have Elizabeth coming and be able to offer this to you. And no matter where you live, there's wonderful places to stay in Iowa. Beautiful. It's very green, and the rain has stopped. So I hope you'll consider joining us. On another note, I will be gone the next 2 Mondays. I'm going to be in Mexico and then at a family reunion. So I'll be back with you again, I believe it's August 17th. So have a great week, have a great 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll look forward to joining you again. Take care of who you are.